And we begin at 4 with the cleanup underway after this tornado blew through Virginia Beach yesterday. The National Weather Service confirms it was an EF-3 tornado.
Yeah, the last time we got a twister that strong was back in 2011 in Surry, James City, and Gloucester counties. We do have team coverage tonight. Sarah Hammond, Allison Basil, Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lawson, and Casey Baylor are all helping us cover this story. They'll show us new images of the damage and share a first-hand account from a homeowner whose newly renovated house was destroyed.
But first, David Allen joins us live from Great Neck Middle School. And David, what are you seeing out there?
Jen and Philip, I don't think it's too strong to say what's happening in the neighborhood behind us is equal to a war zone. An EF-3 tornado has winds of up to 140 to 150 miles per hour. Imagine you hunker down for the storm, and then after it passes, you come outside and the second story of your home is gone, or the bricks have been neatly peeled from your home. Let's take a look at some of the pictures of the damage that the city of Virginia Beach has provided to us. I should also mention to you that Virginia Beach is under a state of emergency. That means that it allows the city to bring in resources more quickly, and boy, these people will need those resources. As for the power, Dominion Power says, barring any unforeseen issues, that power should be on around 6 o'clock tonight. We'll watch that and monitor that if that changes. But wow, it's just literally a war zone. Lots of tree crews in these neighborhoods right now, just trying to get the trees off of houses and out of the road so that the greater portion of this work can be done. Now, coming up in about 10 minutes, I'll be joined by Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lawson, who's covered this kind of weather in Hampton Roads for 33 years. He was in the neighborhood this morning. He'll give us his perspective and also tell us a little bit of the science behind that storm last night. But for now, back to you.
All right, David, thank you for that.
Now let's go to Allison Basil, who toured the neighborhood earlier today. Allison, when it comes to damage, how many homes are we talking about here?
Philip, 115 homes, and that's the last count from the Virginia Beach Director of Emergency Management. Now, we're right across the street from Broad Bay Point Greens neighborhood, the entrance to that neighborhood, and you can see behind me a lot of police officers. They've been here all day. They're controlling traffic, only allowing emergency personnel, those tree companies David mentioned, utility crews, and residents into that neighborhood that was impacted. Now, on our media tour through the neighborhood, I saw piles of debris pretty much everywhere. On certain streets, though, it looks like Haversham Close, several homes took a direct hit. The EF-3 tornado tossed cars, knocked down trees, and destroyed several of the homes. Now, city staff did set up a unified command center here across the street at Cox High School, and they held a briefing today. They say damage assessment teams from the real estate assessor's office are going through the neighborhoods today, along with the National Weather Service crews. Virginia Beach first responders helped people trapped in their home by debris, but not from structural collapse. City leaders stressed how thankful they are no one got hurt.
We had numerous officers on the ground with our fire department actively going house to house to look for injuries or potential victims that needed immediate medical assistance. But luckily, as we know, no injuries, which is, it's a testament to God.
And right now, Virginia Beach city leaders say the Great Neck Recreation Center just down the street here from Cox High School is open to any residents impacted that need electricity, a warm meal, or a shower. Live in Virginia Beach, Allison Basil, 13 News Now.
Allison, thank you. And the storm actually tore through several neighborhoods last night.
Yeah, one of them, Broad Bay Point Greens. Casey Baylor spoke to neighbors who are now facing the difficult task of cleaning up.
We hug each other. We hug each other tight.
Nancy Gonzalez and her husband are grateful to be alive.
It was a roller coaster of emotion. We thought that everything was gone, and so are we.
Her home is in pieces after an EF-3 tornado touched down in the Great Neck area of Virginia Beach Sunday. Glass, a wall, and paintings inside her home are all out of place. Gonzalez says she and her husband ran out as quickly as they could. Within seconds, that tornado ripped through their home. She says renovations to prevent flooding just wrapped up hours before the tornado.
Look what happened. An hour later, we were in this.
Many other neighbors on Haversham Close called in crews to clean up debris and fallen trees off cars and homes. Although Gonzalez's home is damaged, she's not letting this situation break her spirit.
It had to be a bigger purpose and beyond our understanding that we are standing today.
Gonzalez says her neighbors are providing her family with a place to stay as they recover. In Virginia Beach, I'm Casey Baylor for 13 News Now.
And Virginia Beach city leaders set up a center for people impacted by the storm. Residents are encouraged to go to Great Neck Recreation Center if they need a hot shower or a place to charge their devices.
And this is how Virginia Beach is looking right now. Here's a live look of the ocean front. A completely different story from yesterday. We are still seeing some strong winds, though. Let's bring in meteorologist Francis Payton. Francis, the National Weather Service just wrapped up its survey around 3 this afternoon. You've got some details?
Yes, so the National Weather Service out in Wakefield wrapped up their survey of this Great Neck tornado around 3 o'clock and bringing us the details. So we're looking at that tornado touching down at 5:48 yesterday afternoon and wrapped up at 5:53. It actually started as an EF-1 on the eastern portion near Haven River. Then we saw it cross the river, headed towards Broad Bay. We even crossed over Broad Bay, headed towards First Landing State Park, and then wrapped up as an EF-1 closer towards Fort Story. But it strengthened to an EF-3 near the Great Neck as well as the Broad Bay neighborhoods. Saw 115 homes impacted, overturned cars. Unfortunately, there was moved as well as some sunken boats within this system. The best news out of this is that there were no injuries, no deaths either, but we saw this system move about closer to 5 miles, so 4.5 miles and 400 yards wide. So Evan actually brought this up. That's 4 football fields wide. Quite impressive of a tornado there. More of this week's forecast coming up later. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much. Well, last night's storms also hit Fort Story. Damage is estimated in the millions of dollars after the tornado ripped through the base. Sarah Hammond joins us live outside the base gates right now. And Sarah, the base just gave an update on the conditions there.
Yes, we just spoke with Captain Michael Witherspoon here at Fort Story, and he says between hundreds of downed trees and structural damage, they're looking at close to $3 million worth of damage, and they have mission essential personnel only today after losing power for 18 hours. There were over 24 people displaced on base after that tornado ripped a roof off of the barracks here. Witherspoon says it will take a couple of weeks to clear the debris throughout the base, and he says he heard the roaring of that tornado firsthand as it barreled towards his house on the water, and you'll hear more from him coming up on 13 News Now at 5 o'clock. But for now, live at Fort Story, I'm Sarah Hammond for 13 News Now.